as I'm texting him. He's on the panel. I'm like, all right, so I could probably stop for coffee. So we are on our way to a mastermind event at the Dream Downtown in New York City to record a podcast with my man, Casey Adams. We've been trying to coordinate it for some time now. He's in town for this mastermind event, so we took advantage of that, and I'm looking forward to being on his podcast. I'm flattered that he asked me to be, and hope we touch on some good topics, talk about the new world, and how what we're doing at Sabre and through Be Creative, in the digital and social space, impacts our businesses and the people around us. So just excited. He's a beast. If you don't follow Casey, definitely do so. I'm not sure exactly where we're recording, but I think that it might be in the event. So we might have an opportunity to see some other interesting people, and excited about that. The only way to get ahead in life is to set goals and attack those goals. So, most people aren't willing to put in the aggressive patience that it takes to achieve long-term, high-level success. Nothing good happens overnight. There he is. What's happening? How you doing? What's going on? How was the panel?
It's sick, bro.
Good, man.
Like
Brittany, Casey. Yeah, it was good?
Oh, yeah, bro. We got
awesome, dude.
Have you been up here before?
I've been up here. I've been in this hotel a bunch. Yeah, you got a great day.
What's up?
I didn't even know you'd be here. How you been?
Surprise!
I know. I'm happy.
Yeah, I'm happy to see you, man.
That's like the top of the list is you, man.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, of
Dude,
course. You've been traveling the world, no?
Yeah, well, not the world, but yeah.
A little bit. Yeah. I'm doing a podcast with Casey, and then I'm running out.
Great guy, man.
The real estate business is so tough that if you're not passionate about it, it's like beating your head against the wall. So,
bro, guys,
dude, he's on the next level, man.
I love it. I love
Crazy.
it. I love it.
Hey, what's happening?
Thank you,
How are you?
everybody.
Good. Nice to finally meet you. How you doing?
I want to introduce you guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
I told him about you. I told you about him.
Yeah,
commercial.
How's it going?
Yeah, grilling. Yeah, you told me about it. It's like, it's not great.
I think we have a lot of friends in common too in the industry.
Yeah, so you do retail, right?
Yeah, primarily retail and investment sales.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Are you at ICSC next?
Nah,
no, you're not going.
Yeah.
So like there, I'll be walking around with everyone will be like, what the fuck? Yeah, who do you think you are?
Yeah.
It's like, listen, I don't think I'm anybody, to be honest. But you watch how many fucking people want to talk. I could close a $50 million deal yesterday. Whoever I see doesn't talk about that deal. They talk about it. Oh, I saw your video.
Today, it's episode 60, and I have a special guest here with me today, Jayson Siano, and we're going to be talking real estate, talking about his story, his upbringing, anything about just how he's built his empire. So first off, Jayson, I want to say thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate that.
So every time I have someone on the podcast, I really just like to start it off by just letting people know, like, what are you currently up to? Before we kind of jump back to the backstory, like, what's your current day-to-day?
Yeah. So first and foremost, I think we have to let anybody listening understand that we're at a pool at the Dream Hotel in New York City. So we apologize for any audio issues in advance. But first off, I just want to thank Casey for having me on. I appreciate what you're doing. It's amazing. You're doing great things, and obviously we'll get to my story a little bit, but looking at you and what you're doing at your age, is just amazing to me, because I was probably doing almost the exact opposite at your age. So today, so I own a real estate business called Sabre Real Estate. We are a brokering consulting advisory firm that is based out of New York and New Jersey. We also have a national consulting business. We focus primarily on retail and investment sales. I am in the commercial real estate field for about 18 years now, and we'll get into that a little bit. The innovative things that we're doing in commercial real estate include vlogging. We're heavy in digital media, social media. We're really trailblazing in a very uninnovative industry, so which is how you and I connected.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Super cool.
So you've been doing real estate longer than I've been alive, just to make that clear. I'm 17 right now as of this recording. But yeah, for everyone listening, like you just said, just to break it down to you guys, we're literally at the Dream Hotel in New York City, just making it happen, doing the podcast. You got experience and actually got hands-on work to then start your own company based around those things that you've learned, in a sense, correct?
Absolutely. I mean, there's no way that you can have a successful business if you're not very good at what you do, right? So, you know, for me, it was very much about learning everything from the ground floor. We do like beautiful maps and tour books and things of that nature in order to work with the large companies that we work with. And you know, back when I started, I was literally in the office the amount of hours that I was, because I had a marketing team that was willing to do it. I was obsessed with making sure that I was absorbing everything, that I would do it all myself. So, you know, the reality is that if my marketing team, you know, doesn't show up tomorrow, I could put my books together myself, right?
I get it.
It's like somebody trying to own a restaurant without ever like having bartended or cooked or whatever. Like you know,
can't do it.
The cook doesn't show up, you're screwed, man.
Yeah. 2 years ago, just documenting, going hard, and obviously all of his stuff will be down in the description. But I have one question to kind of wrap it up.
Sure.
Obviously, you've done multiple things. You've had ups and downs throughout your journey, and when it just comes to the overall, like, the process, when it comes to someone listening, maybe they're 17, 18, 25, they're lost, not knowing what to do, maybe they just had a negative situation. What's something that, in the overall way, that if you look at, like, your success, what's something you'd want someone to know? Just maybe not tips, maybe not something just blunt, but just something that, like, you as an individual, just you'd want someone to know that's super young, that's lost. What's something that you'd want to give them so that they can just internalize while they're listening to this?
Yeah, I mean, none of my success happened by accident. You know, you have to set goals. You have to map out your future, and that's with everything, right? That's with a family, starting a family. You know, you have to decide what is best for you, because what's best for somebody else doesn't necessarily mean it's best for you. But you can't, once you ultimately decide what success means to you, what happiness means to you, and trust me, it's not money. You know, money will give you more freedom, which is great, obviously. You know, not knowing that there's nobody in this world, based on the hard work that I've put in, that can tell me where I need to be tomorrow. You know, that's really success to me. But, you know, I would urge everybody to Andy Frisella, aggressive patience, right? You know, that's ultimately what you need to think about. You need to put a plan in place, set goals, and grind hard at those goals, because the short story is nothing great in life happens overnight. And anybody who's super successful at anything has grinded very hard. You know, yes, you can make quick money. Yes, you can, you know, have some sort of overnight success, but that's not going to last long term. So you need to pick something, map it out, go all in into that purpose. And when you have passion and purpose for something, you're never working a day in your life, bro.
I love it, bro.